Hello agents, I'm Rob Warner with Big Valley Mortgage, and today's mortgage message is going to be about lender credits and seller credits. I thought it would be good to talk about this right now, especially with the market changing. I have a feeling we're going to see more seller credits out there again. Anyway, as you all know, the new purchase contract is coming out soon, and on page 2, J5, there's a little paragraph in there that's been added in there that basically says if a mistake is made, I'm paraphrasing, a mistake is made on a seller credit, the seller does not have to reduce the price. In other words, let's say a seller puts a 3% credit in there and it may be a non-owner deal and it's only a 2% that's allowed. They don't have to adjust the price. They just, the buyer forfeits basically the credit. So I wanted to go over some credits with you. First of all, there's seller credits, and I'm going to go over these briefly. FHA, it's 6%. Conventional, greater than 90% is 3%. From 75% to 96%, and less than 75% loan to value, it's 9%. And conventional, non-owner occupied, max 2% seller credit. On VA, it's 4% of the VA value. Non-recurring closing costs and discount points do not count toward the 4%. And on USDA, it's 6% of the sales price. What I want to go over with you is, I'm sure most of you know about lender credits. Lender credits are basically yield spread premium. So if a lender has to raise the rate, in which case they get paid a premium to charge a higher rate. In the old days, the brokers would put that money in their pocket, but nowadays that credit has to go back to the buyer. But what I want to bring up is a lot of the transactions I see have a combination of either total lender credit or lender credit and seller credit. And that's good if we've done our homework up front and we look at all the closing costs and we make sure that we've structured it properly to cover those closing costs. Where I see a problem a lot, and this is frequently, is that the buyer does a home inspection and then makes a list of repairs to the seller, and the seller doesn't want to really do the repairs, so they just say, hey, I'll give you $1,000 or $1,500 or whatever the dollar amount is. And that can work sometimes. The problem is if you don't have enough costs for that seller to credit to be applied toward those costs, then what happens is you either lose that credit, or if there's a, boy, I'm going to confuse you here, if there's a lender credit involved, the seller credit will get used, but the lender credit won't. So there will be money left on the table. Hope I'm not confusing you. So I guess what I'm getting at is if there's a transaction where you know the seller, the original lender credit and seller credit are going to cover all your costs, then beware, you're not going to have anything left over for any repairs. The seller's just going to have to make the repair. Or we're going to only have to be able to buy down the rate with that money, which doesn't always satisfy the buyer. I'm just wanting some caution to be involved here. I highly recommend, and most of you do it with me, that use me, and that is that we go over all this up front and we structure the purchase contract properly so there is no leftover money, hopefully. Anyway, I hope I haven't confused you. Rob Warner, Big Valley Mortgage, 530-391-1554. Make it a great week.